Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. Today we are actually in a brand new farmhouse and we are starting a brand new series. The series is going to be a hardcore survival game where we try and go from £50,000 or dollars and we try and raise as much money as possible on our farm. Now this farm is a bit of a weird one. We don't actually have any machinery right now. We only have a house where we can sleep. We have a shed where we can store our stuff. We have 2 fields, which is kind of odd, and a greenhouse. So currently we're actually growing this stuff right here, which I'm not sure what it is. And we're also growing, I believe it's sorghum, in the other field over here. So we do actually have 2 fields currently growing stuff, which also means we probably need a harvester very soon. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and spend some of our money on some stuff to try and make some money today. Let's get to it. Now, I'm hoping this series can actually go on for a while, and I did mention it in my previous video where I was like, maybe we should do a series like this. I just want to do it, so we are. Anyway, if you guys do enjoy series like this, let me know in the comments down below. But yes, let's get straight to it. Alright, so the land that we actually currently own is massive. We own this big patch of land right here. Now, most of it is actually taken up by this huge pond, but we do have a few trees. I can see 1 tree right here, 1 tree right there, 1 tree right there, and yeah, a few around. So I'm thinking we actually spend a bunch of time cutting down trees. We go to the store and we buy ourselves some sort of machine to move the trees, and we get them sold. It just makes sense. So let's have a little look through these starting machines that we could actually go for. So this one I've actually done way too much, and I don't really like playing with it, so we're not going to go with that. This is too expensive. We're going to use way too much money doing this. This pickup truck, I mean, I guess we could do that, but I'm thinking maybe we go for some sort of mod first. Maybe even this guy, but that seems like it's got way too much horsepower. Maybe. You know what? We are actually going to do it. I just want to go straight to it. So we can actually change its color. I kind of want to use a darker red than that. There we go. The stripe is going to be, yeah, like gray, I suppose. And the rim color, I guess we're going to go for like black, essentially. There we go. This is our first machine. Okay, so now that we've actually bought a machine, I can show you guys the store. Yes, this big patch of land right here is the store. This is where we'll end up picking up our machines from and also selling them. Over there is our only sell point, and it is via a train. So, yeah, we need to make sure we always have £1,000/dollars available in order to actually sell our stuff. So, yeah, it's kind of important that. The other thing I want to do is actually have all of this be in first person, so let's go ahead and start by driving back to our house. Okay, so as you guys might have seen, there is a bridge over there, but that's only from that side of the river to that side of the river, not from this side to that side. Now, I wanted to have a quick little check just to see if this water was deep, and it looks very deep. So I need to find a way across the river. Alright, I literally had to drive all the way back to where the store is in order to actually use the railway bridge to cross over this way. I could have went the other way actually, but yeah, this way or the other way, it doesn't really matter. And then we have to just drive all the way around following the river to cross over that bridge. This is gonna be a massive pain, but we got this. Alright guys, this is not what I expected this bridge to look like. It is rickety and old. Whenever we get to the point where we can buy a harvester, we gotta bring it over that thing. And also, we gotta take trailers of stuff that's gonna fall off over that thing, and that's not good. But, yeah, we're actually back at the farm already, so that's good. Nice. I just said good so many times that it's ridiculous. Anyway, we need to start chopping down some trees, so let's go ahead and start with, I guess, this big one right here. Alright, guys. Timber! Wait, actually, I can't cut it. There we go. Nice. It's gonna fall over. I then have to cut this thing into 1,000,000 separate pieces. That is utterly ridiculous. Okay, let's go ahead and start then. We are gonna put this piece. I can't actually grab this piece. What? Okay, never mind. we're going to go ahead and try and cut this into a million different pieces that we can use, starting with this guy. Yeah, nice. So we just got to chuck him in the back of our truck, and then once we filled up the back of the truck, I guess we have to drive all the way back to the store. Okay, so let's go ahead and delimb this straight away. Yes. And then we just have to chop it up and pop it in there. So let's go ahead and do a time lapse of that and see what that's like. Alright, so that is the tree fully loaded onto our truck, and this is the truck at our house. Honestly, I think this is going to be a fun series. So, yeah, I can only actually transport one tree at a time to the store, unless I come up with a different way of doing it, which I have an idea, actually. Alright, so I'm going to drive to the store right now, but I won't do a time-lapse every time I drive to and from the store, because that's just going to get boring for you guys. So, I'll drive there and I'll show you guys how much we get for this tree when we sell it. Okay, so I've made it back to the bridge, and yeah, it's a little bit annoying having to drive across a train bridge all the time. And in fact, actually, I didn't think about this, but how am I going to get a combine over there? I don't know how that's going to work, but anyway, somewhere around here I can actually sell logs, and I believe it's this point right here. So I guess the logs don't necessarily have to go on the train, I guess? I don't really know. But I'm going to run around until I find the sell point. Alright guys, I found it, and there we go. We sold it for 2,000. We don't really have that many logs, and we don't really have that many trees, so that might be an issue. So, I was actually thinking on my way over here, what is going to be my first purchase? Well, I was actually thinking we need some sort of flat trailer in order to actually load things onto it that we can tow with this truck. Now, the truck does have a hitch, but it doesn't really have a tow bar. So I don't know if this will work, but I'm going to buy a low-loader trailer. This is 18,500, mainly because I actually painted the rims, but wait, what was the color of the rims before? There we go. This is a lot of money to actually be spending on something that isn't necessarily necessary. So I need to find a different way. Guys, I found a different way. This is the 50-foot gooseneck transport trailer that we're actually going to have at, I believe, 20 feet instead. Oh, 30 feet. So we're going to buy this for 7,000. So let's go ahead and do it. Now, the issue with one of these is that we can't actually... Okay, what's going on there? Uh-oh. So I was going to say, the issue with this is we can't actually load vehicles onto it. However, if it's going to angle like this all the time, we totally can get vehicles onto it. I think I should be able to drive straight onto the back of this thing. Not that I want to. There we go, it sorted itself out. Anyway, what this allows us to do is transport both trees and logs and stuff like that, but it also will allow us to actually transport vehicles to and from the farm, because to be fair, the farm's quite far away. So, the easier that is to get to, the better, to be honest. Side note, I was actually just looking at the things for sale, and this Bison Super Z056 is for sale for 57% off. We are gonna need a harvester, and the best harvester we'll be able to buy is probably this. So I think we just go ahead and buy it now, which is ridiculous. But I did it. It's ridiculous, but I did it. We are gonna need a head for this. Now, I don't know combinations. Oh, I mean, the head for it is very, 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 very expensive. However, we don't actually need the head right now. We don't even need to take this back with us right now. So I'm just going to drive back to the farm with the trailer, without our combine. And yeah, we're going to chop down more trees. Let's get to it. And we've made it home with no incident, which is great. So this tree right here is, of course, one of mine. So we're going to go ahead and chop... Whoa, I keep going in third person by accident. I will try my best not to. Anyway, this is one of my trees that I can chop down. It is a 35.8 meter one. So this is going to net us quite a bit of money. Now, I need these to be the longest lengths I can possibly cut, so that I make the most money from it. The issue is, I can't actually lift very heavy things because, well, I'm just a man. So, yeah, we're gonna have to cut this into small pieces to begin with. And then as we get further and further up the log, we can actually cut it longer and longer, and that will actually be really, really good for us. So, in fact, if we do it the other way around, it might be better. Alright, so we go from here to, let's say, here. That might be a bit big. No, that is about the right size. So then we shove it next to this one. And we're going to cut that to around the same size. Around here somewhere. But because it gets thicker, this might not... Yeah. We can't actually do that, so that's okay. Oh, these are actually very good. So these ones are going to go on our trailer, and the other ones, the smaller ones, are going to go in the bed. Alright, let's go ahead and saw this out. We don't need any stumps. Stumps in the ground are so annoying whenever it comes to farming, because you forget that they're there, and yeah, they just get in the way. You end up ramming them with your combine, and it's just like, no! Anyway, shove these guys into here. There we go. We're going to do another one. This is slightly longer, so hopefully this is... liftable. It is, just about. We'll chuck that right there. Oh, yeah, nice. And then I think I might go back to the other end and start chopping these guys again. So that one's already cut. We'll go ahead and do it around here. There we go. Can I lift that one? Yes. Around here, I guess. Can I lift that one? Yes, just about. We just have to get smaller. Where did that go? That happened to my previous tree over there. A bit just disappeared on me. That's really, really annoying. Anyway, I'm going to drive the truck forwards. We'll actually load these ones onto the trailer, and we'll go from there. You know, let's do it together, guys. We'll do it together. Alright, drive forwards, please. Here we go. Yes. Let's go ahead and start loading these guys onto said trailer. And actually, we're going to be able to get a bunch of trees on here, aren't we? The issue is, we might not be able to actually move it once we do that, but we'll see. So let's just go ahead and keep chucking these guys on here. Yeah, we've got a lot of logs already. There we go. And here we go. So the next thing I'm thinking I'm saving up for is some sort of front loader. Now, I don't know what kind of front loader just yet. Whether it's going to be like a wheel loader or whether it's going to be a... I don't know, what else could it be? Like a forklift? I mean, a forklift could work. Not that I want one. It wouldn't be ideal. But we could totally use one. Alright, so whilst I'm actually chopping up the logs and shoving them in the back of the truck, I wanted to ask you guys what you want to see in this series. Obviously, we are going to have to harvest the fields behind me. We're going to have to make more fields. But what should we use to make money? Because I'm thinking we actually do greenhouses again. Greenhouses are just a very good way of making money, to be honest. So I'm thinking that is probably one thing that we're going to do. But I don't know, maybe there's something else that you guys really want to see that I haven't done before, or whether you just want to see it anyway. Let me know, because it'd be really interesting to see what you guys think. Alright, I've strapped everything down on the back. Let's go ahead and move to the next tree. It's literally just this right here. Also, before we actually start cutting this one down, let's have a little look at the store and see what kind of front loader things we could do. So realistically, we could get a small tractor that is capable of having a front loader. That is definitely one option. And I know one of these cheap tractors does actually do that. I believe it's this one. We can actually put a front loader on this thing. It is a bit heavy. Well, it isn't heavy enough, generally. But we do have enough money for that. So we could do that one. Another option is we actually do use like a front loader. The cheapest one we've actually got is 24 grand though, so that's probably not an option. Wheel loaders, again, not really an option, too expensive. Telehandlers, have we got any cheap ones? No. No, we don't. So we can't use that either. Skid steers, we don't really have any cheap ones of those. 35k is the cheapest. Forklifts. Do we have a cheap forklift truck? That isn't really it. That's not really what we want. So the answer is no again. So I think the only real way of getting one of those would be a small tractor with a front loader attacher, which I can't really do yet either, unfortunately. Alright, well anyway, let's go ahead and chop this tree down and get this loaded to our truck and trailer as well. Alright, so I've gone ahead and strapped all these guys down, as you guys can see right here, and I'm not really chopping them up very well, as you guys can see. It's a bit mismatched, but we do have a little bit more room on the back, so we can actually probably fit 2 more trees. So I'm going to go ahead and chop down that tree right there and put it on the back, and this tree right here and put it on the back as well. I was going to try and get another tree on the back of here, but honestly, I don't really want to attempt it. Most of them are actually falling off the sides, and that's not really what we want. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and drive all of this to the store, and I guess we'll see how much money we get for it. I'm hoping for like 10 grand, but the likelihood is we're going to get about 6. So let's go see. And we are here. This is where we need to sell it yet again. So how much wood do we have? I need to stop doing third person. We just need to turn around and have a look. So the bed of the truck is full, and also the bed of the trailer is full. I believe I just have to stand around here somewhere. I can't remember where it is. We can sell wood here. There we go. So we sold the wood. We just got 1,776. If I move forwards, we need to sell all of the wood on the back, and this should, whoa, this should net us more money. So let's go ahead and have a little look back this way. Sell wood. Ooh, 4 grand. We have a little bit more here. Let me just go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and reverse backwards just a little bit. There we go. And now if we go sell it, we should get some more money. Alright, so sell words, there we go, we got another $300-y-dos or pounds, and that's pretty good. So, what I'm thinking we do is we actually go to small tractors. Yes, we figure out which of these tractors we actually want. We have 11,722. This tractor right here is amazing, but we don't want that right now. So, I'm thinking we actually scroll through. Either of these are actually really good as well, but we need something even cheaper than those. This thing is great as well, but we can't really go with that. It's not something we can actually use. So I'm thinking we actually go with this. Sucks. I don't want that. I want something that can have a front loader attacher. These guys can't. These guys can, but they're too expensive. That can, but it's too expensive. So what I'm thinking we actually go with is, you probably guessed it, this thing. Unless these can have it. Because this is, it's about the same horsepower anyway. We're going to go with this guy. And we're going to have the more powerful one. I would like it to stay in the old design though, and I can't. That's annoying. Anyway, we're going to have the front loader attacher again. So let's just go ahead and buy it. This thing is 8,000. Because of the optional extras, the front loader and what else? Oh, because I made it more powerful. it's going to be 8,600. It's our only tractor, so we're going to do it. Okay, right. What else do we need with this thing then? Well, we're going to need... I can't remember which one of these... That's the short one, this is the long one. I don't know the difference. I mean, I do know the difference. One's short and one's long. I think this is the one that I need. It doesn't actually have to lift up very high, so we're going to go ahead and purchase this one. We're down to 2 grand now. We also need to buy a weight, and we need to actually buy some forks. Because we're going to be using forks to actually lift up the wood. So let's go ahead and find some forks we can use. Probably these. Oh my. Why are pallet forks so expensive? Oh no, I can't actually afford pallet forks. We're gonna have to try and use it without then. Alright, cool. And then weights. Is there any cheap weights that we have? I'm thinking we need something quite heavy. This weighs anywhere from 350 to 500. You know what? Let's do it. Buy. Yes. Okay. Right, where's our tractor? It's over there somewhere. This is the dinkiest little tractor I've ever seen. I actually really rate this thing. I think it looks pretty cool. So let's go ahead and add our wheel weight on. I always call it a wheel weight. It's not a wheel weight. But we're going to add our weight on first. I'm in third person. I didn't mean to be. My bad. I'm now just crashing. We need to drive around to the other side, and we actually need to grab this. Yes. Okay, there we go. We've grabbed it. And of course, we don't have any pallet forks because we can't actually afford any. Which is bizarre. I could sell the truck and actually buy this because this is actually on sale. I don't want to, but I feel like it's probably a good idea because I can't afford any pallet forks and we need them. We actually need them. If I didn't need them, I wouldn't be doing this. But like, this is bizarre. We can't use these because they don't attach to what we have for some reason. I don't know why that is the case, but it is. And I don't know why pallet forks are so expensive. I could try a bale spike. That could work. This might actually save me. Maybe. This might save me. Attaches upper tines. Wait, bag lift? Oh, you can have like stuff on top of this thing. So you can have this thing and you can choose how many tines it has. Now 5 would be perfect because we need to lift things up with it. So that is kind of what I want to do. I'm going to purchase this. It's kind of expensive considering we don't know if it's going to work. But we got to try. Alright, I've attached it on. Okie dokie. It's now time to try and get the tractor onto the back of the trailer. Which may or may not work. I don't know. So we got to drive forwards. We then got to try and lift ourselves up. And we got to drive on. Okay. So far, this doesn't seem to be doing anything. Along the lines of working, anyway. I've got an idea. I might be able to do something else, actually. So, if we just take this off the back. And then we lift it up with our thingamabobby on the front. And we shove it on the actual vehicle. We might be able to do it that way, maybe. So, let's just try and grab this. If we can. Have I got it? I didn't get it. This might be impossible. In real life, it wouldn't be impossible, but in-game, it definitely seems like it might be. Alright, so I've put the tines on the top. I'm now going to reverse backwards. I was hoping to, like, flip it onto my own thing. That didn't work. Right, we need it back on. I don't know what to do. To be fair, it was at a bit of an awkward, like, height. So maybe if we just drive forwards a little bit. There we go. Maybe that will actually be fine. Yeah. Come on, it's gotta be right. It's gotta be fine. Here we go. Drive over. Yes. Do the exact same thing we just tried. And hope for the best. I think part of my issue is actually that it's not four-wheel drive. But, that's not my fault. I've got a different idea. I could actually try and reverse this and this into either a tree or into that thing. Yeah, it sounds bizarre, I know. Okay, right, we'll do this first. Here we go. So reverse backwards. Yep. That actually seemed like it was doing quite well for a little while. And then it decided no, that was a bad idea. Okay, right. Reversing backwards might be a good idea, but in this situation, doesn't seem to be the case. What do you guys think of that, though? So what I did there is I actually tied it down because I put these in the front. It's actually lifted it on. I could then reverse it into a tree and it would work, but I don't think I should be doing this. Alright guys, I put the tractor back there. We're gonna go ahead and reverse into it this way, and maybe this'll work. I need to line myself up properly though. Essentially, we're just gonna then lift it up, try and get it on as much as possible, and then we will reverse the truck into the tractor and the combine, trying to push the tractor onto the truck bed. Is that gonna work? I highly doubt it. Alright, here we go. So lift up, there we go, and lift it up even further. Very nice. We now reverse the truck straight backwards, obviously. So straight backwards into this. There we go. Tractor is now in the air. Good. Guys, I've actually got it off the ground because I used this. I actually lowered that brick down, and this is where we've got it to. That might have to be how we transport it. It just is. This is what we're going to do. God help us when we try and put the combine on there, because, yeah, that was a pain in the butt by itself. Anyway, let's drive home. Oh, actually, we need to lift this up. I need to start the engine before we can lift this up. There we go. So it's not dragging along the floor anymore. Very good. Yeah, I mean, this isn't really how you'd want to do this, but to be fair, it is on there at least, and it's not on there in like a really cheaty way. As long as we strapped it down nicely, which, you know, clearly we have, that would be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and strap it down a bit more, just in case. You know, after all that effort right there, I really do hope that the spikes do actually work, because if they don't work and we actually need bale forks, I am gonna be so upset. I don't know if I just said pallet spikes or bale forks. What am I even saying? I don't know. What am I saying? Did I mention it's almost 4 a.m. for me? I probably didn't. Alright, Deadly Bridge, I'm going over you yet again. Here we go. Rickety old thing. I would not drive over that thing in real life. There is no way. I would never do that. But we're back at our farm, so let's go ahead and find a tree. That tree right in front of us seems like a good option. Let's chop it up and try and put it on the trailer using the bale spikes. So first of all, let's go ahead and chop it down, obviously. Here we go. Nice. Okay, very good. We're then going to go ahead and limit so we can actually see, you know, because obviously being able to see is a pretty good thing. There we go. Very nice. And then we just chop it up into pieces that we think that tractor might be able to lift. Now, it's not going to be an awful lot, but hopefully it's this much, at least. So let's drive the truck forwards into a location where we might be able to do that. There we go. I think that's actually a pretty good bit. There we go. Remove all of these and try and reverse the tractor off of the trailer. There we go. Alright, we might have to somehow push ourselves off using these bale spikes. Alright, it's a bit of a challenge, but we'll get there. Alright, there we go. Jam it in, reverse backwards. Come on. It's trying its best. I'm wiggling. Alright, we are off. Nice. Okay, I guess that worked. Okay, so let's lower this down. Let's drive to the other side of this log that we are at. There we go. Jam them, like, into the floor. I need to reverse a bit, because it's only this big. There we go. Ram into it. I need to try and flip it up onto my spikes, but this is impossible. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. We got this. Yeah? Okay, again, not impossible because I've actually got one on. Hey, nice. The bale spikes worked. And saved us money too, so that's good. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah. Okay, so let's lift this up a little bit more. Tilt it forwards, of course. There we go. And drop it onto the trailer. We're then going to reverse out. I am actually going to go and tie this down straight away because otherwise we might have some serious issues. Okay, let's go ahead and cut the next log and put it on there too. Alright, this next log is, I believe, a little bit longer, so we might have maybe a little bit more issue, but it should be lighter. At least a little bit anyway. Okay, let's get central to it. Ram into it as quickly as we can, and we have managed to pick it up. We're then going to dump it straight onto the trailer. Like this. There we go. Ha ha ha! Oh, guys, I am so happy with this. It's actually working. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this last log on here, and there we go. So we did almost all of these, wow, with the tractor. That is actually amazing, because I didn't think it was even going to work. But yeah, we put all of them on there with the tractor, except the two that I could actually lift myself. I did struggle with one of them, as you guys probably seen, but we got it on there eventually, so yeah, I'm happy. Alright, well, that was way more than I expected to get done in the first episode, but I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see. Again, I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.